Well, Senator Patty Murray weighed in on the president's tweet late this afternoon. She calls his criticism of the CDC irresponsible. She says that we all want to open up schools, but we need to do so safely. And that's something that districts across the state are trying to figure out how to do right now. School will start in the fall, but districts across the state are still finalizing plans.
We have not made a decision yet because we want to make sure when we make the decision, it's the right decision, that it's something we're going to be able to sustain.
Do expect plexiglass, face masks, and deep cleaning as districts, Bethel School District is one of them, work to meet both state and CDC guidelines intended to stop the spread of the coronavirus. Guidelines that the president called tough and expensive.
We're very much going to put pressure on governors and everybody else to open the schools, to get them open.
While the president made his intentions clear, reopening plans fall under the guidance of the state. Bethel School District in Pierce County surveyed 6,000 families on their thoughts about returning to class. They say that overwhelmingly parents say they want a consistent schedule and they want kids back in the building.
And they want their kids in school. That was a big message, that they want their kids in school, and if they could have their kids in school back every day, that would be their preference.
We've heard from many parents that have mixed reactions on this. On Twitter, this person saying, quote, "There's no way to do kindergarten remotely, and if even technically possible, our children deserve so much more." Another user says, quote, "I only feel comfortable if there are not 30 to 40 kids in each classroom. Buses aren't packed and strict guidelines are followed."
It's very important. It's very important for our country. It's very important for the well-being of the student and the parents.
So President Trump wants districts across the country to put an emphasis on in-person learning. Goes on to call many CDC guidelines, quote, impractical. In a statement today, both the state superintendent of public instruction and Seattle Public Schools say they'll continue to take guidance on reopening from health experts. And not everybody is ready to go back into a brick and mortar school. Remember that survey, the one where 6,000 families were answering a questionnaire? Well, they say 10 to 20% of the people surveyed say they don't feel comfortable sending their kids back at all until there's a vaccine. In Seattle, Sebastian Robertson, King 5 News.